Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today we're going to take a look at the OPPO Reno 14 Pro. Now you can pick this one up online. I'll throw the link up in the description. The price on this one starts at 620 bucks. Now at 620 bucks, this is easily, and I mean easily, one of the best mid-range phones of the year. And let me say this, 2025, this is the year of the mid-range phones. But this phone right here is very unique. Take a look at this. For 500 bucks, you can get the Realme GT7 Pro. 600 bucks, you could get a big boy, okay, the Red Magic 10S Pro. And you can even save some money for 400 bucks and get the POCO F7. All of these are great mid-range phones, but they all suffer from two things. Number one, no wireless charge, and number two, mediocre cameras. OPPO Reno 14 Pro. You got quad 50 megapixel cameras and wireless charge. Like I said, 2025 is the year of the mid-range phones. Nowadays, there's no excuse to be running around spending $1,000 just to get a quality phone. This is it right here. Shout out to companies like OPPO, Vivo, Xiaomi, Honor. They are dropping some heavyweight mid-range phones. So let's unbox it and then we'll go through the specs. First things first, shout out to White Shoes, back in the building.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
Calm down. Okay, look, she just calmed down. Okay, so my knife hand is starting to be effective. All right, OPPO Reno 14 Pro. Now this one comes in 3 different colors. You got black, white, and purple. As far as the box, okay, it has that beautiful adamantium silver look to it. I love it. Look at a little shimmer to it. Okay, let's see what you get inside. Okay, now this is going to be usual books and shit. Plug them and file them. You do get a little case. Let's see what the case looks like. Okay, a nice gel skin case. Transparent. Okay. Real nice. That's it for that. This is going to be your device. And of course, there's your SIM tool. Okay, SIM ejection tool. This is going to be USB-A, the USB Type-C charging cable. And ladies and gentlemen, you get an 80 watt. Y'all see that? 80 watt fast charging brick in the box. Do we even need to say it? Why not? Samsung, Google, Apple, nothing, Motorola, sometimes Vivo, sometimes Xiaomi, sometimes Honor, Sony, fucking Sony. 80 watt charging brick in the box. 620 bucks. This is the kind of presentation that I like to see. Now let's take a look at the actual device. You peel this stick off the back. Rah. And here it is. The OPPO Reno 14 Pro. The build quality on this, I love this phone. Now, just looking at it, it kind of looks like an iPhone from the back and even from the sides. Flat display. This is a beautiful device. Let's get them powered up and we'll check the boot up speed and then we'll walk through the specs. Now, for the display, now like I said, it comes in 3 colors, black, white, and purple. For the display, you got a 6.83-inch OLED panel with a resolution of 1272 by 2800. Now that's 450 for the PPI Patrol. You got HDR 10 plus, up to 1200 nits brightness, and a 120 hertz refresh rate. For the processor, oh, matter of fact, before that, keep in mind, this phone is IP68/IP69, dust and water resistant. You got Gorilla Glass 7i on the front for protection, glass on the front, glass on the back with an aluminum frame. Now, for the processor, you got the MediaTek Dimensity 8450 with the Mali G720 GPU. Now, what does that mean in English? That's mid-range specs, bro. Mid-range specs. Upper tier, mid-range specs. Now, you're getting either 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, 256, 512, or 1 terabyte of storage. No micro SD card slot for expandable memory. Now, it's running Android 15 with ColorOS 15 skin on top. You got a 6,200 milliamp battery that features 80 watt fast charge and 50 watt fast wireless charge. That's crazy. Now for the cameras, on the rear, you got a triple setup. 50 megapixel wide, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto lens. Now you can shoot 4K video at 60 frames per second. And on the front, let's open this up. On the front, you got another 50 megapixel camera. And you can shoot 4K video at 60 frames per second. So think about that for a second. You got quad 50 megapixel cameras for $600. 4K 60 frames per second on the front and on the rear. Now you got dual stereo speakers, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC, always on display, face unlock, on-screen fingerprint sensor, and you got an IR blaster. All of that for $600. Now I know what you're gonna say. What's the difference between this and the big boy, the flagship, the OPPO Find X8 Ultra? Think about it for a second. Now the X8 Ultra, both of these I got from GizTop. For the OPPO Reno 14 Pro, $620. For the Ultra, $950. What's the difference? Well, with the Ultra, you got a quad HD display, and you also got up to 2500 nits brightest, so you got a better display. Of course, you got the flagship processor. This is Snapdragon 8 Elite. And you got quad cameras on the rear. Instead of triple 50 megapixels, you got quad 50 megapixel cameras on the rear. Other than that, these phones are basically the same. Basically the same. And I'm going to show you something real quick. In the real world, all right, when you're using these phones, let me wipe them down real quick. When you're using these phones in the real world, you'd be hard-pressed to notice the difference. Now, I used this phone on Saturday as my daily driver. Okay, there was only this phone in my pocket. And it felt like the same way when I walk around with just my OPPO Find X8 Ultra. These are phones done right. Okay, mid-range and flagship, the line is getting closer and closer and closer. It used to be mid-range flagship in 2023, 2024. This is 2025. Mid-range and flagship are damn near neck and neck. And keep in mind, you got OPPO Find X8 Pro, which is even more close. But if you want to save some money, this might be one of the best deals of the year. If you into cameras, because I know somebody's going to say, well, you got the Snapdragon 8 Elite on the Realme GT7 Pro, but the problem is the camera's mid. The camera's mid, no wireless charge. Same thing, Red Magic, beast processing. All right, one of the fastest processors you're going to find, the way they implemented it on this one. But again, the cameras, especially the selfie camera, mediocre. Same thing. POCO F7. Now this is mid-range, but this is a lower end mid-range. And a lot of people was coming at me in the comments when I said the Snapdragon 8S Generation 4 is not a flagship processor. It's really not. Now, if I do some benchmark testing right here versus the Snapdragon 8 Elite, you'll see the difference. You'll clearly see the difference, which I'm going to save. I'm going to save that benchmark test until I do the Nothing Phone. Okay, I'm doing the Nothing Phone 3, and that's where we're going to put this issue to rest. Okay, we're going to put this Snapdragon 8S Generation 4 issue to rest. I'm saying it's mid-range. Some of y'all saying it's flagship. Again, come back for that video, and we're going to do some live benchmarking tests and put that to rest. Hashtag bars. That kind of rhymed just now. All right, anyway, let me pause the video, delete my browsing history, and then we'll walk through the OS. Talk amongst yourselves. All right, y'all, so we back in. First question, will this phone work in the USA? Well, I just dropped in my AT&T SIM card, and let's do a little test phone call and see what happens. There it is. So as you can see, the phone will definitely work in the USA. All right, so now let's talk about the build quality. Y'all know I gotta say it. Feels so good in the hands. Ladies, you know the procedures. Now, personally, I love this titanium gray color. But like I said, you got white and purple to choose from. On the back, there's your triple camera setup. LED flash. On the top, IR blaster. On the front, 50 megapixel front-facing camera. On this side, nice and clean. Bottom, there's your SIM tray. USB Type-C charging slot, speaker grill. On the other side, power button, and your volume rocker. Now, this phone right here has one of my favorite features, of course, always on display, but not just a regular always on display. Let me show you something. Here's how your notifications are going to look. Like the actual icons. I love that. Now, this is last year's OPPO Reno 13 Pro. As you can see, pretty similar, but this one has a better camera. And just for comparison, here's my OPPO Find X8 Ultra. Look at the notifications. All right, now during the course of this video, hopefully I do get some notifications so you can see how they look on this. But just in case, let me show you something real quick. I took a photo earlier, and this is how my phone looked. Look at the notifications. You see the actual YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. I like the actual icons. Here's how it looks on the OPPO. Watch this one more time. Look at that. The actual Gmail and Facebook. Xiaomi, OPPO, Vivo. I love these always on displays. Now, of course, with OPPO, Xiaomi, Vivo, you're going to get the best biometrics in the game. First of all, if you want to, swipe up, put in your pad and your pin. Next, you got your on-screen fingerprint sensor, which works flawlessly, and it lets you add a little sound if you want. You see I got mine with the sound on? Watch this. Okay, works every time. And face unlock. Let's do 3 in a row. 1. Look how fast that is. 2. Now, I'm not going to look. Let me look over. And try it again. Okay, hold up. Oh, wait, we're struggling back here. Hold up. Let's do 3 in a row. 1, 2, 3. Now, let me not look. And then look over. Try it again. Okay, there it is. Some of the best biometrics in the game. Let's try the OPPO Find X8. We'll do the X8 Ultra. Look at that. 3 in a row. Bang. Now, personally, I think Xiaomi has the face unlock game. No, Honor. Honor has the best face unlock in the market, other than Apple, of course. But when it comes to Android phones, face unlock, the title goes to Xiaomi. Then after that, you got Vivo and OPPO and everybody else. But they work, all right? They work flawlessly. Now, of course, this is the Chinese version, so if you swipe over, you're going to get some Chinese stuff, but you can delete as much of this stuff as you want. So I like to leave mine with just my recently used apps. I can optimize, press 1 button. Okay, there's my steps. Got a little 900 steps in already. You know what I'm saying? Got the weather, storage. And again, you're going to get a lot of Chinese bloatware. Some of it you could delete, some of it you can't. But if you like me and you like to get your information from Google, just set up a little Google bar, press the button, and you're going to have your Google homepage. Okay? Now, let's check out some of the basics. You swipe down, here's all your quick toggles. Swipe over, here's all your notifications. Press 1 button, clear them, get the little swoosh sound. Of course, you got screenshot, screen record, OTG, personal hotspot, and if you want to, okay, you can have a little weather icon. And you can add as more. And you can customize your quick settings. Go crazy. All right. Let's go to settings. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the settings. Let's just check out some of the basics. You got private DNS, VPNs. Okay. You do have Android Auto on this. Android Auto is working on the Chinese phones now. Let's go to mobile networks. As you can see, AT&T. You know, no doubt. Dual SIM slots. Let's see, wallpapers and style. Now, you do have, this is the one I'm using right now, but you have classics for live. You got a few different live ones. Some of them you got to download, but I'm using this one, like the Aurora Borealis, also known as the Northern Lights. Niggas learned one thing, bro. Yeah, I couldn't wait to use that. I got a chance to use it, though. All right, so let's see, you got Color OS, you got Sublime Grandeur, you got Blossom, Calm, Light Shadows, Zen Planet, Compositions. Okay, you got Classic, Cityscape, Artistic. You know, you got a bunch of wallpapers. Now, if you hit one of these, you're going to have to sign into OPPO's account to download them, but there's a plethora. I mean, you're not going to be able to see all of these wallpapers in one day. All right, there's too many to choose from. Now, of course, for always on displays, you could do seamless, which will look like this. Just going to be the clock like that. Some people actually like that, just the clock with the notifications, or you can do classic. Now, if you do classics, check this out. For display settings, you see, when I did the Poco phone, I told y'all that it was a sometimes on display, and somebody actually had the audacity to go to the tell me, go to settings and click all day. This is what you don't understand. Some phones don't have always on displays. They don't give you the choice for all day. And the Poco phone is one of them. You don't have the choice for all day. Me, I like all day. I don't want to tap the phone. I don't want to have to move it. I don't want it to stay on for 10 seconds. No, all day. And this phone right here has all day, always on display. Now, of course, you got your recents, personalized. These are my favorites, of course, the carbon footprints. These are actually animated. Look at the little fish in there. I like the little fishy. That's the one I'm gonna rock with. Of course, you got Homeland. These are also animated. Okay, so these are gonna give you the weather. You got the polar bears, little penguin right there. More fishies. Okay, real nice. Of course, you got your classic, the insights, digital clock, analog, and you can add your own image. And of course, go online and get as many more as you want. Now you can change your icon size, shape, and colors. You can also change the font names. You can change your font size. Now, as you can see, my font weight is heavy because I'm actually blind. So I need a heavy weight after this video. I'm going to have this shit looking like this, yeah. But I ain't going to kill y'all with this. I'm going to leave it like that. But for personal use, I'll be having it like that. You can change your colors, okay? Edge lighting. Y'all seen the phone call? I had mine on red. For fingerprint animation, you got a bunch of different ones to choose from. Look at that. And each of them have a different sound. Sparks. I like this one. I like the flare. All right, so leave it on flare. You got video ringtones if you want. Let's see. Home screen unlock. Nothing to really see there. Display and brightness. Now, of course, you got auto brightness if you outside of get light in the sunlight. I mean, it'll get bright in the sunlight. Like I said, 1200 nits is the maximum brightness. For the screen color mode, I like vivid, but you got pro and natural. I'll leave mine on cold. Let's see, enters when you see image sharpener. Might as well go ahead and turn that on. Video color boost, turn that on. Get maximum effect out of your phone. Screen resolution, okay, you got standard or high. Refresh rate, 120 hertz, or you can put it on auto select. Sound and vibrations, okay, nothing to really see here. Let's see, you do have your sound effect settings. So you got movie, gaming, music, or auto. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on auto. You got your holo audio, okay? Experience sound from different locations when playing multiple audio sources. You got your haptics. Now, it does have excellent haptics. Now, I'll leave mine on maximum hapticness. I like maximum hapticness. Is that a real word, hapticness? Where's the word now, though? Let's see, notifications and quick settings. Nothing to really see there with that. As you can see for yourself, all your notifications will come through. You don't have to worry about if you buy the Chinese phone, are you going to get your notifications? They all going to pop up. Okay, all your notifications. Let's see, passwords and security. You got face unlock, Bluetooth unlock, fingerprint sensor. Okay, digital well-being. Okay, monitor your scumbag activities. And you can use this for if you're giving your phone to your kid. Battery. 6,000, okay, 6,200 milliamp battery. This is going to last you all day. If you want to, you can switch from balance mode. I'm going to put mine in high performance. Why not? Okay, get maximum performance. You got your charging settings. Okay, like I said, wireless charge, 50 watts, power saving mode. That's going to let you know what apps are eating your battery. Accessibility, if you're hearing or visually impaired. Okay, you got your smart sidebar. Now, again, when you buy the Chinese phones, if you use the, as a matter of fact, I'll talk about that in a second. Let's go. Let's see if did we miss anything else. Okay, speaking of AI, that's what I was just about to talk about. AI. You do have the classic Color OS AI, but if you buy the Chinese phones, you're gonna have to use the stock. It won't work on Chrome OS. You have to use the stock web browser, and it's not gonna be in English for all of the different web pages. I'll try one out in a minute. All right, so let's see. You got your Hey Tap, wallets and payments, system updates. Let's see, about device. Okay, now this is 256 gigs. Okay, 6,200 milliamp battery, 12 gigs of RAM, quad 50 megapixel cameras, 80 watt fast charge, 50 watt wireless. I mean, this is an absolute beast. Absolute beast. Now let me show you something real quick with the AI. All right, check this out. Now, one of my favorite AI tools is AI Summarize. I love that on Color OS and Oxygen OS. Let's try it on this phone. Now, here's the only downside. Watch this. So we got to use the stock browser. Let's take it over to Google. Okay. Now, we'll just see what's trending. Okay, Disney cruise ship overboard. Okay. Let's kind of read this article right here. Now, normally, I don't want to read the whole article. I don't want all of the pictures and the ads. You see, we got AI Summarize and AI Speech. So let's do AI Summarize. You see, it actually works, but you can't change the language to English. Now, here's the good side. Watch this. We'll do AI Speak. Let's hit play.
Receive full access to our market insights, commentary,
see?
newsletters, breaking news alerts, and more. Don't have an account?
The AI
Sign up
speech does work in English. And that's kind of weird. I wish the AI summarized. I wish I could change the language to English. And trust me, I tried. Let's do male voice. Try that again.
Here. Receive full access to our market insights, commentary, newsletters.
Okay. And let's see. They got a kid voice. Let me try that. That might be.
Breaking news alerts and more. Already have an account. Log in here doing that.
Okay, well, you know, like I said, it does work. Let's go. Let's exit out of that. Let's see more news. Okay. People.com. Okay. AI summarize. I use this all day, every day. Okay, on my OnePlus phone, I need AI summarize. Okay, look, and that's it. You can't change the language. Trust me, I tried everything. I cannot change the language, but at least I can still use the AI speak. All right, now here's your quick toggle, right? Your side floating window. So I can do a quick screenshot. Bong. Okay, keep it moving. We do screen recording. Okay, calculator, photos. And the AI, if I need to calculate it, it's going to automatically open up into a little pop-up. I can push it to the side and come back to it anytime I want. Okay? So let's check the web browsing speeds. Now, of course, Android 15. So if you look closely, you see all of my Android 15 widgets. Okay, and I got my Gemini, ChatGPT. Okay, all of the Google News. See, look, now watch. Let's click on Google News. All right. If you notice, no AI summarize. So it's not going to work in Chrome. It has to be in a stock browser. Okay, a little Facebook. What's this? All right, so you click on that, take you right to a Facebook video.
Let me get a live.
All right.
What do you think about this?
Pretty dope. You know, I like that. Let's check the web browsing speeds. Okay. Go to apple.com. Look at this. Excellent web browsing speeds. Whew. Now let's exit out. We'll do that one more time. Close everything. Go to apple.com. Click on it. Bang. That's flagship level performance. Now, of course, if you benchmark it against a Snapdragon 8 Elite, it's going to have lower benchmarking scores, but for day-to-day use. Now, this is where a lot of confusion comes in. When I say flagship and mid-range, okay, when I say, oh, this is a mid-range phone versus a flagship phone, some of y'all be getting in y'all feelings, but when I say mid-range phone, I'm not talking about the performance and the way it's going to feel. I'm talking about the price. When I say mid-range phones, that means between $400 and $700. When I say mid-range processor, that means that there's another processor that's better than that one. I can't call this one a flagship Dimensity chipset if there's a Dimensity 9400 or that's already out. That's the flagship, even though this may have, you know, quote-unquote flagship level performance. It's not a true flagship because there's a better one out. So don't get all emotional when I say mid-range. If you got the same phone, I'm not saying you got the peasant version. No, mid-range just means the price or that there's a better version out. But as you can see for yourself, if this is mid-range, hey, I'll take it. Look how smooth and fast that is. Let's do a little split screen multitasking. Okay, split view. Let's do Facebook on the bottom. Okay, got it. So there's Apple and Facebook at the same time. Up and down. All right, so now let's test out the dual stereo speakers. Of course, I got the official Flossy Carter sound test by my homeboy Mark Rebier. Here we go.
Yo, sound test, time for sound test. Everybody shut your mouth, time for sound test. Time to test that quality of sound test. How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound, Floss? How's it sound now? How's it sound now? Does it sound big? Does it sound loud? How's the bass moving? How's the treble on it? How's it sound now? How's it sound now? That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. Sound test. That's a sound test, baby. That's a sound test. That's a motherfucking sound test. How's the sound on that shit? God damn it, holla.
Nice and loud. I'm gonna cover up the bottom. This is just the top. Yeah, how loud that is?
How's the sound, white shoes? How's the sound on it?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Rubier. Now, I will say this. The speakers on this phone, this is flagship level speakers. Now, one of my gripes that I had with this phone, with the Poco F7, you know, as much as I like it, the speakers sound kind of tiny on this one. This one right here, the speakers sound just like the OPPO Find X8 Ultra. Amazing speakers. Now let's take a look at this beautiful 6.83-inch completely flat OLED panel with up to 1200 nits brightness. Look at this. Basically bezel-less. You hear those speakers? Excellent viewing angles. Minimum reflectivityness. Look at that. Beautiful display. Yo, this is $600, y'all. Welcome to 2025. Let's keep it moving. All right, so now let's try a little gaming. And on a quick side note, if you swipe over, you do have some game controls. So we can change my performance mode. We got power saving or pro gamer. Okay, now it was on balance. Now look at it. It turned red for pro gaming. If you want to put it on power saving, turns blue, balance, green. But of course, we're going to go pro gamer. Now you can change your touch response. I'm going to leave it on ultra. Screen refresh rate, high. Okay, shows your frames per second, your network speed, your battery percentage. I can also change my Wi-Fi, my network connections, screen record, screen mirroring. I can put it on silent and check out some other apps. So fully functional game suite. All right, so let's play a little Asphalt Unite. Here we go. Now I promise y'all tomorrow, I'm doing a Red Magic gaming tablet. I'm gonna play some real games tomorrow. So, woo, oh, look at that. Okay, I need that top level. Woo, there it is. Look at that. No lag, no drop frame rates. Again, the speakers. Oh, I drifted off the side. A little speed right there. We'll play some. Oh, he tried to steal it from me. He tried to steal it from me. All right. Bro, calm down, calm down. Again, I promise y'all tomorrow I'm going to be on a different level. But as you see for yourself, okay, this is not designed to be a gaming phone, but come on. Look at this for yourself. Gaming on your OPPO Reno 14 Pro, no issues at all. Now for one of the best parts about this phone, the camera. And as soon as I said the word camera, white shoes went right into shoes mode. All right, let's get a few white shoe shots. Let's get a portrait shot. Let's see. All right, look at shoes back there. Look at this. Keep in mind, this is triple 50 megapixel cameras. Look at that shot right there. That was a point and shoot. And I'm going to say it again. That's what separates this phone from a lot of other mid-range phones in the market. First of all, a lot of mid-range phones, they're not giving you wireless charge. And if they give you wireless charge, it's 25 watts or 30 watts. This is 50 watt fast wireless charge and quad 50 megapixel cameras. Let me get one more. Look at that. Get one more. You know, if you got a cat, you know you're going to be sitting around taking a lot of photos of your cat. Look at that. When it added that, look at this, bro. Look at that. This is point and shoot. This right here. This might be one. Look at that. This might be one of the best cameras you're going to find on a mid-range phone. Now this is for my personal collection, y'all. I'm sorry, yeah. I got shoes looking extra cute. I got to take advantage of this. Bang. Now we get one more. Get that face. Bang. Let's go through the different shooting modes, though. All right. As soon as I said, look at shoes. Shoes got to be doing some extra cute stuff. All right. You got pro mode. Of course, you can change your white balance, your shutter speed, your ISO. You got video. Now you got wide angle. And look how smooth the video is. Wide angle all the way up to 18 times zoom. Now, of course, 4K, 60 frames per second is the max. No 8K video. For photos, you got wide angle all the way up to, look at this, y'all, 120 times zoom. 120 times zoom. Now, we're going to talk about zoom in a minute. Now, of course, you got portrait mode, 3 different focal lengths. Okay, look at that. Woo! Okay, and of course you got more. So you got night mode, high resolution, panorama, movie, slow motion, time lapse, dual view, front and back. You got underwater. Okay, you got an underwater camera. You got stickers, your AI ID photos, and your Reno scan. Now, of course, look, Shoes is killing me right now, y'all. Shoes is killing me right now with cuteness. I can't take it. I can't take it. I'm trying not to boop that nose, but my finger, fight it, Floss. Don't do it, Floss. Don't do it. Fight it. I have to. Boop. I couldn't help it, y'all. I got, one more. Boop. Hold on. I got to do it, y'all. Boop. Okay. Now, I want to show you something. Watch this. This is another thing that separates this phone from a lot of camera phones on the market. Y'all know when I do the zoom test, I got to show you this right here. You need to see this to believe it for yourself. The zoom test. Watch the zoom test. Now, y'all know with the zoom test, I like to stand all the way down the block from that school and try to zoom in on that little sign, right? Y'all ready for this? Watch this. Look at the zoom test. This is a phone for $600. This is what you call passing the zoom test with flying colors. Look at that, bro. Look at that. Hardly no distortion. Now, of course, there's a little bit of distortion here and there, but this is hanging with the flagship phones when it comes to my famous zoom test. Now, of course, I never just take one shot. I take a whole bunch. I try to get the best one. Some come out better than others. Look at this one. Now, this one, a little bit of distortion here and there, but look at this one. This is it right here. This is it. This is what I mean by passing the zoom test. That is kind of crazy. Now, let me see something real quick. I'm going to pull out last year's version. Now, look, let's see last year's version. Oh, my God. Look at last year's version. Last year's version passed the zoom test also. Okay, this is the 13 Pro. It passed the zoom test also. But now the camera is definitely a significant upgrade. Look at that. Now, it might not translate in this picture, but this is what you call an upgrade. This right here. But this is a great deal. If you could find a 13 Pro, I would jump up on one of these too. But look at this. This is crazy. But don't just take my word for it. Look at this. Don't just take my word for it. Take a look at these test pictures and videos for yourself. Now here's another one of my favorite features, the IR Blaster. Now usually I download Xiaomi's Mi Remote app, but OPPO makes a good IR remote app themselves. As you can see, I got my Sony TV already paired up. But if I click more, okay, add manually, we got air conditioners, TVs, cable boxes, DVD players, projectors, fans, RGB lights, your water heater, your purifier, electric heaters, robot vacuums. Basically, any product that you have that uses the remote control, you can pair up your phone and use your phone as a universal remote. Now, let me show you how I use mine upstairs in the attic. All right, so I'm sitting up in the office. I just finished working. Now I want to turn off all of my TVs using one phone. Okay, so let's start off with the Samsung TVs. Just like that. Another one. Just like that. Now we'll switch over to LG TV. Press the button. Just like that. And now let's switch over to Sony TV. Press the button. Just like that. The IR Blaster is so clutch for me. This is a major go. Now let's do the RDA test. Regular daily activities. Now you just spent $620 on a brand new phone. Let's see how it works in the real world. First, let's check the charging animations. Here's wired charging. You see it says SuperVOOC. Look at that beautiful animation. I love that. And of course, you got fast wireless charging. Now keep in mind, if you get a charger like this, the AirVOOC, you're going to get 50-watt fast wireless charge. Let's see the animation. And there it is. Now you see it has the little wireless charge insignia. That is so dope. So keep in mind, this phone has 80-watt fast charging, so you don't have to charge it up overnight. But even with 50-watt fast wireless charging, this is a phone that I'm going to sleep with in my bed, right on my pillow. So when I wake up in the morning, this is a shit shower and shave phone. Okay? So when I wake up, put it right up. So this is what I'm going to do. Like, I fall asleep with it in my bed. When I wake up in the morning, plug it in like this. Bang. Shit shower and shave. By the time you're ready to walk out the door, your phone is going to be at 100%. Guaranteed. All right. So the first thing I like to do when I wake up, just pick up the phone. Let's hit. Oh, okay. Now, you see the face unlock was faster than my finger. Y'all seen that? I was reaching for my finger and the face unlock is even faster. That is kind of crazy, right? Let's try that one more time. I was reaching. Look at that. Reaching for the finger and it just opened up that fast. All right. Let me try the face unlock. All right. So let's do that again. So I wake up in the morning. Now, no fingerprint, just like that. First thing we like to do, check the weather. Okay, so we got 73 degrees right now, which is kind of dope because the heat wave is finally over. Let's see, looks like no heat wave in sight, so we good. Exit out of that. Next, you see the beautiful animations. Okay, now you can actually change that when you go to your transitions. We got flip, tilt, cube, roll. Let's leave it on roll. Okay, let's let them roll out today. Next, let's take it over to step counter. Okay, you see, you know, I did some steps off camera and went from 918 to 937, but I can clean up everything. Bong, just like that. All of my recently used apps, take it right to Facebook, exit back out. Now, as you can see, here's all the apps I have running at the same time. Close everything up. Now, let's just go to Google and see what's going down. Let's get a little refresh. Okay, the POCO F7 at $400. Let's see to know about this spec-heavy mid-ranger. Spec-heavy mid-ranger. I'm fighting with cats in the comments. Let's see something real quick. I'm fighting with cats in the comments. Oh, the Snapdragon 8S, that's flagship. No, it's not. Okay, now, I'm saving it for the Nothing Phone review. I want to do that benchmark test live. All of y'all Snapdragon 8S fanboys are going to be hurt. I'm sorry. I mean, I just hate to do it to y'all like that, but don't get me wrong. I don't got nothing against it, but let's just call it what it is. Let's see what they're saying about it. Are they saying anything? Let's see. You see, this is why I need the AI summarize. Because I ain't trying to read all of this bullshit. Big, bright display. Massive battery. 4 years of updates. You know, this is, an okay, an okay camera setup. I just told you that. An okay camera setup. Nothing special, an okay camera setup. Pricing and availability, $400. I mean, look, for $400, you really can't complain. They didn't say nothing about the processor, though. Let's see. Okay, on par with 2024 flagship performance. Let's see, the Snapdragon 8S, while it belongs to the 20, it doesn't have the Neuron cores, which puts it on par with last year's Snapdragon 8 Generation 3. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's basically like a last year's flagship. But come on, once you go Snapdragon 8 Elite, you can't go back. Okay, or MediaTek Dimensity 9400 Plus, you can't go back. Or Xiaomi's. Okay, y'all see Xiaomi's processor. Bro, that the X Ring 01, that's a beast also. But for $400, who's complaining? Especially, look at this, man. For $400, who's complaining? Look at this silver one right here. Now I still got the silver one left for sale. Any one of y'all banana heads that want this, y'all better hit me up, all right? Because this phone is gonna go fast. They're $400. All right, they charging $400 for this. Give me $350. All right, give me $350 and call it a day. Now watch this. Now I'm gonna turn it off. One thing about these phones, the OPPO phones, let me see. Yes, watch this. You see with my OPPO X8 Ultra, you see you're always on display, you get those beautiful icons. But once you open up the phone, that's it. The icons disappear. So I want y'all to show, I want to see y'all, if y'all want to see what the always on display looks like with all your icons, here's one right here on my OPPO 13. But once you open it and you close the phone again, all of the icons, oh, look, it's still there. Okay, that's kind of weird. Let's see. Let's go to the home page and see if they still there. Oh, wow, that's kind of weird. Because most of them, once you open up the phone, they disappear. They still here on it. Now, let's see. Let's go to those settings. Now, let's see if I clear them on settings. Do they disappear? Okay, they all disappeared. Of course, I got that one Google framework that's still there. You see action required. But usually, with this phone right here, I know for a fact, if you get notifications on your always on display, once you open up the phone, they disappear. All right, let's see. OnePlus 3 pad. Okay, this is pretty dope. OnePlus 3 pad. I already reviewed that. GameStop. Let's see. Customers could be entitled to $4.5 million settlement. They gotta like that because I'll be shopping at GameStop. I want in. If there's any lawsuits, I want in. You see, we just talked about this. Xiaomi's in-house chip gives the Pad 7 Ultra flagship power. Now I just got this tablet in the mail. We're gonna do this probably on Wednesday or Thursday. But the X Ring 01. Now that right there, that's what you call flagship. Okay, real world performance or benchmark performs similar to the Snapdragon 8 Elite. Now y'all see me do the benchmark test live for that my Xiaomi 15S Pro video. That's the truth. All right, let's see. Look, the Nord 5. Yo, who this, man? Who this? PSP Tech? Who this? Why you trying to steal my table, yo? You know, this is what I'm talking about. Let's see something real quick. You know, out here jacking my table, bro. Come on, bro. Don't do it like that, man. Don't do it like that. I ain't mad at him, but come on, bro. When you see the wood table like this, that's floss, yo. Damn, yo. Jacking my whole style out here, yo. Let's see. Test gaming laptops. Okay, Huawei's 5G smartphone is taking current chips. You know, I don't really have enough experience to talk about current chips because I haven't been using them so long. I don't even know how they are. I mean, I had it on the trifold, and it was decent. Asus ROG Ally X. Okay. I mean, nothing to really see it. Now, again, when I do this RDA test, it's a lot of talking, I know, you know, but this is just me using the phone in real world, in real time, no editing. So you're going to see if the phone stutters or lags or hiccups, and this is what you're going to be doing with your phone. Dynamic Island iOS on Android. Come on, that's old, yo. Hold on. You talking about Dynamic Island on Android, bro? Like we don't got that already. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't got that already, bro. You kidding me, yo? We got that. We got that already. We've been had that, bro. We've been had that. And look, I told you I don't like gatekeeping. You see that little? If you want this app, let me show you what it is. I don't like gatekeeping products. It's called Dynamic Spot. All right, this is Dynamic Spot. You're gonna get your notifications like that, and then you click on them. That's how it's going to look. All right, so download Dynamic Spot. Get the paid version if you want this. You see like the little unlock and lock? If you want the little unlock and lock, get the paid version. It has a lot more features. You can change the colors. You could go crazy, all right? I advise you to get the paid version of Dynamic Spot. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it with Google, you know. But you see how it's fast and smooth? I love the flat display and the flat sides. It feels like I'm holding an iPhone 16 Pro Max, honestly. It just feels like that. All right, so next, let's do a little work. Take it over to Google. All right, let's go to promotions. What are they promoting out here? All right, Jabra coming out with some new headphones. Let me go ahead and say, let me get a pair. Let me get those. Bong, just like that. And what I like to do is floating window and then minimize. So I can come back to my work emails later. You see a little roll? That's pretty dope. You see? Look at that roll right there. That's a nice transition. All right, next, play a little music. Okay, let's take it. Let's see what we got. Let's go to my like songs. What we got? Let's a little Sprague Benz, you know what I'm saying? A little dub plates. You know, loudspeakers. You know, bomba clat. All right, let's see. Of course, I could go to YouTube. Go home right there. And now, if I'm checking out some YouTube videos, all right, let's see. Little Chris Hansen. Anytime I can come back to my Gmails, exit out of that, hit play on the video. Exit. You still got picture in picture. Okay. Close that out. Okay. I'm done working for the day. Close that out too. Next, now let's have a little fun on social media. Let's take it over to, wow, this was 16 years ago. This is my cousin. I told y'all he's always on the physical fitness shit. 16 years ago in Georgia. This is when I used to be down with the Ciroc boys, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, he can hang out with me drinking Ciroc. And I gave him a few shots of Ciroc and he was out of there. That was 16 years ago. He was out of there after a few shots of Ciroc. All right. So this is how it's gonna look. I gotta blast him every time. No, I can't let him get away with that. My man Pierre right here, the quintessential Haitian. If you think of Haitian, you look in a dictionary, Haitian. This picture pops up. All right, this is the quintessential Haitian guy right here. Niggas learn one word. Now, yo, who seen Squid Games? Who seen Squid Game Season 3? Yo, Squid Game Season 3 was kind of dope to me. Now, at first, I'm not going to spoil it for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But, matter of fact, let me not even talk about it because I don't want to spoil it for y'all. But let me know in the comments if y'all like it or not. And don't spoil it for nobody else. I liked it. And we got the Squid Game American version coming soon. I liked it. I would love to go on Squid Game, yo. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get bodied if I go on Squid Game. Look, this is my same cousin right here. This is my motivational spirit animal right now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's outside walking every day. Let's see what day this is for him. Did he put it?
A little bit.
Let's see.
Good morning,
Let's see.
People. Day 104.
Day 104. This man is not playing 104 days straight. 104 days straight. Now let's see. Well, then again, I started working out. I started going at the end of April, so I'm doing my thing too. All right, Skull Candy Aviator 900s. Who's seen the video for that? These are one of my favorite looking headphones out right now. Actually, probably my favorite looking ones. I just ordered some new Aviator sunglasses. We going crazy with those, yep. Look at shoes, y'all. She was like, please notice me. Calm down, bro. Calm down. All right, let's see. Ooh, steak bites. We got the steak bites. Let me calm my big back ass down here. All right. Let's see. You got Floyd luggage. Okay. My man Big Smooth. Okay. Find out. Calvin. All right. Calvin. The pinch to zoom does work. All right. All right. Let's exit out of it. There's a lot of cosplaying going on. You know what I mean? Let's see. My man Trax NYC. This is where I get all my jewelry from. Trax NYC. Okay. Anyway, so here's how your Facebook is gonna look. Oh, this is the new Galaxy Watch Ultra Band. That's pretty dope. Yo, we got 10 more days for the Galaxy. 10 more days. All right. So this is how your Facebook is gonna look. I like this little pack right here. I was thinking about getting one of these too. Put your phone in and wear it like some tactical shit. It's like some tactical, you know what I'm saying? A tactical joint. I might have to back one of those out. Okay. All of my homegirls out here. They got Street Fighter movie. Look, yo, they got 50 Cent. Now watch this. You see? This is what I was waiting to see, this one. Screenshot that right there and got and save that, yo. Right? Let's see. They got Jason playing on Blanca and 50 Cent playing Balrog. I ain't mad at that. Whoa. I am not mad at that at all. My man Young Selly. Okay. All right, anyway, so this is how your Facebook's going to look. Exit out of that. Next, let's take it over to X. Let's go to X. Let's go to the mentions. Let's see. Okay, no, bro. I think it was, this got to be the Crushers. Yeah, the Crusher gaming headphones. Now, I know I sound like the supreme hype beast when I made that video, but trust me when I tell you, hold up. You see, this is another thing. Like when you're playing with your phone, if you see your cat, oh man, something woke Shoes up. Something startled her. Oh, look at that. I got Shoes looking startled just now, but you gotta wait for it to process. And then look at that. Bro, come on, man. Come on. I had the dope shot of Shoes, and then something startled her and she jumped up. All right, anyway, let's get back to the social media. All right, so the Skull Candy gaming headphones, buy those. All right, buy those immediately. If you like vibration bass on your gaming headphones, I know about the Razer Krakens and all these other ones. No, you want the Skull Candies, yeah? He said, I need these ASAP for sure. Somebody again, happy birthday. All right, shout out to who that was. My birthday was June 11th, but I appreciate that. Let's hit the gifts, right? And then we go to the high fives, yeah? You know, send up a little high five right there. Bong, you know what I mean? You know, somebody say happy birthday, hit him back. Let's see. The simple answer is the easy to use gestures. Now, what is this conversation all about? I still don't understand why some people prefer quad or curved displays. I don't know. Some people like curved displays because if you use a lot of gestures, like this guy is saying right here, but for me, I want my display flat. Okay, I want the flat display. Okay, what's with the ugly cables? Somebody said, what's with the ugly cables? I mean, bro, these are the aviators, bro. That's how they're supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? Now, look, my man, Technically T, I had to jump on his comment. He said he didn't expect to be up late playing the Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart. And I said, bro, Mario Kart brings out the kid in you. I don't care how old you are. If you play Mario Kart, you're going to be sitting there giggling like a little kid. You know, you're not going to be worrying about frames per second and, you know, screen tearing and all that bullshit. You're going to be laughing and having fun if you play Mario Kart. Somebody said even games like Zelda, if you get into those, some of the best games of all times. That's going to be the next one. My next one is going to be Donkey Kong. Who's seen the Nintendo Switch preview for Donkey Kong? That game looks unbelievable. All right, anyway, so this is how your TikTok is, your X is going to look. Okay, we caught Shoes again. Let's be quiet. Let's see if we get Shoes. I like to get a lot of photos of Shoes, you know, like this. I'm being quiet. Look, I like to get Shoes like this, you know, sleeping and chilling with Uncle Floss. You know, I like that, you know. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's go to TikTok. All right, let's see what's going down on TikTok. We got the volume down. Okay. All right. Let's see. Chris Fletcher mentioned me in a post. Take note, Samsung, Apple, Google. Let's see. In the words of Flossy Carter, presentation matters. What is this? Okay, so presentation matters. What is this? Is this a video? Oh, look, it says Flossy picking up strength. They got a hurricane called Flossy. Hurricane Flossy picking up strength. I hope it don't kill nobody. I don't want people to say, man, fuck Flossy. All right. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's going down. All right, here's the thing, but this is TikTok, you know what I mean? Galaxy Fold 7. Okay. Oh, I think that blue is going to be a real color. Bro, that blue Galaxy Fold 7, please let this be the real color. I think it's a real color, though. I think this is a real color. Who's this? Is this Tim? Oh, that's Andy. I thought that was my man Tim, yeah. I'm about to call him up and be like, is that a real color? I believe it's a real color, though. Because the launch date is imminent. Whoa! That caught me off guard right there. I wasn't prepared for that. I ain't mad at it, but I wasn't prepared for that. Y'all want to see? What is that? She must have been a supreme big back and lost mad weight. You know, you might have to get surgery. I mean, I wouldn't be out putting it on display like that. I wouldn't be out there putting it on display. It is what it is, man. Look how thin that fold is right there. Super thin. Okay. Hey, guys. Let's see the epic upgrades for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Oh, wait, let's see.
Be missing it this time around. So hit subscribe.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that it's not. A lot of people saying that it's not going to have the S Pen anymore. That's going to be the supreme Samsung fail right there, yo. That's going to be the supreme Samsung fail. Don't get me wrong, I'm still going to like that phone, but look, okay, I think this is the real color of the Z Fold 7. Oh, I need that blue, bro. I need that blue. Get me a nice Royals hat. I need that. All right, let's see. Now that's actually a nice color orange right there too. That's orange. Nice color orange. 30% better CPU. you know. But no S Pen would be the supreme Samsung fail unless they're going to come out with a Galaxy Note. Maybe they could come out with a relaunch of the Galaxy Note. That would be insane, yo. That would. You see, if they put out the S26 with no S Pen, that would be the Samsung fail of the year. And then they could bounce back with the most epic win of the year with a Galaxy Note, the rebirth of the Galaxy Note. You talk. I would be on Samsung's nuts even harder than I'm on them now, yo. Trust me. All right, so this is how TikTok is going to look. Here's iPhone 17 Pro Max. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, this is another phone that's imminent, so I guess these are the actual shapes. I mean, it is to love it or like it. Somebody put music to all of the bombing, yo. Now, I'm not with the bombing and all that, but when you put the music behind it, it's kind of exciting. We're keeping a buck. It's kind of exciting, yo. Kind of exciting. Whoa, what? Okay, AI. Calm down, AI. Is this AI? That gotta be AI. That gotta be AI. Yeah, see, since AI has arrived, I no longer believe anything I see on the internet. You know what I'm saying? You know, with AI now, every time you see a video, the first thing my thing is, when you see a video, just assume it's AI. I'm assuming it's AI until I get proof that it's not. Okay? Oh, this is our homegirl Lauren. Got Lauren out here. Let me get it like that. Why not? Show support, yep. Let's see. Oh, look at this charger right here. I need this. I need this. I need this. Okay, what is this? Is this real? Oh, it looks real, yeah. I need this. Opening up a portal, yeah. Opening up a portal to the next dimension out this piece, yeah. All right, anyway, so this is how your TikTok is going to look. Oh, check this out. Now, here's another epic Samsung win. Look at the flip. Finally, how many years I've been saying we need a full screen flip? Everybody's tired of that old school shit. And I know they have a bunch of displays left over. That's why they're coming out with two flips. One is going to be the peasant version that still has the little cutout. But look at this. This is going to make me stop using the Motorola, even though I think the Motorola is superior. But now we're going to have a flip like this with one UI. Hold on a second. Let me check something real quick. Yep, my nipples have just been activated, and they better, if they come out with this red color and the blue, if they come out with the blue flip to match the blue fold, bro, yeah, I'm gonna be gobbling you. I'm gonna be doing a lot of gobbling. Look at Amaya outside. I'm gonna be gobbling you. I just keep. Oh, look at that, a burger with French fries built in. Come on, bro. Knock it off. Just deliver. Do they deliver? Boss Man Burger Factory? Where is this here? Boss Man Burger Factory. Where is this here? You know what I'm saying? Where is this? You see? Where is this? You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of stuff that I like, yo. Boss Man Burger Factory. Best burgers in the universe? Okay, they got for information. Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and let me not follow them because I'm gonna start being a fat ass. Oh, we might get the verdict for the Diddy trial. Okay, let me know in the comments. Do y'all think Diddy is going down or not? Did he do it? Or did he coming home? I don't know. I think Diddy about to sit down for about a minimum 5 years, but Diddy is gonna be an absolute menace in prison. A menace. All right, think about it. When you got the kind of money like Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Diddy will be pressing the button on dudes in prison like it ain't nothing. You know, trust me. Yo. We'll talk more about that when I do my next drunken stream, yo, because there's a lot going on. All right, we'll do one more. Let's take it over to Instagram. Let's see what's going down on the gram. All right, let's see. All right, let's see. Young Thug apologizes to Mariah the Scientist for liking other women's pictures. You know, that gotta be the dumbest shit, yo. That's the dumbest shit. Yeah, imagine your girl getting mad because you like somebody's photo. Like, hey, that's the dumbest shit. Why? That's the whole point of being on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I post a photo, I want y'all to like it. So when y'all post a photo, I'm gonna like it. I'm my man right here, my man King of Cali. You know, do outside rapping on a boat with no shirt on. You know what I'm saying? You know, he put a lot of effort into this shit. Like it, yo. It don't hurt nothing to like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you something real quick. I'm gonna show you something. Watch this. All right, who this? Oh, Nelly. Okay. All right, look at Kim. Look at Kim Kardashian. This is the fake 50 Cent right here. French Montana links up with the fake 50 Cent. Yeah, that's 49 Cent right there. Okay, look at this dude right here. Yep. Coming straight out of Marked for Death. Y'all remember Steven Seagal, Marked for Death movie? This is what I'm talking about right here. You see, now look, that's a nice tattoo and all that. You know, out here almost butt naked. Let me explain something to you, right? You know, if you like tattoos, like the photo. First of all, fellas, man, if this is your girl, no disrespect, but if your girl is on Instagram in her underwear, like if your girl is on Instagram doing shit like this, that's not your girl. She for the streets, yo. If your girl is doing shit like this on Instagram, she for the streets, yo. And fellas, there's nothing wrong with looking at this and be like, okay, that's a nice set of cheeks, but who cares, yo? Like, that's a nice set of cheeks, but I don't want them. First of all, imagine if I'm scrolling through Instagram and my girl is right here. Oh, here go my girl. Yeah. Oh, this is my girl, everybody. Nah, bro. Not happening, yeah. But hey, you know, it's all entertainment, man. Be entertained, yeah. There's nothing wrong with being entertained. Now, this dude right here, he be having, what is this? Breaking new tech, breaking the size limit. I need it on my desk now. I like this kid right here. He's mad funny. Let's see. Breaks the size limit, stretches and shrinks. Let's see. Yo, that is stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Bro, out here wilding. Yeah. All right. Let's see. After 12 years, he quit searching for his 742 Bitcoin. What? Got a little notification right here. Okay, I'm not gonna put him on blaster. Okay, this is tomorrow, guys. If y'all want to see this, come back to my channel tomorrow. We got the new Red Magic gaming tablet. Okay, that's coming tomorrow. Turbo cooling, rapid reflex, you know what I'm saying? Radiant aura, you know what I'm saying? The Red Magic Astra coming tomorrow. Let me gotta like that too. All right, anyway. Nintendo Switch banned Nintendo perma-banned Switch 2 after sister renames brother account to Twinklink. Wow. Yo, Nintendo Switch is doing, you know, they got a lot of shady practices over there at Nintendo. There's a lot of shady practices going down at Nintendo. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's see. Deep down, it's over. The love affair finally came to an end, yeah. Hey, but, you know, who y'all think is more powerful, Elon Musk or Donald Trump? As much money as Elon got, I think Trump is still more powerful, though, all right? Because Trump, he can press the button and have the IRS, FBI, CIA, ICE. He can have everybody at your front door immediately, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much money you got. Look at my man 4Extra. My man 4Extra. Off the back. My man outside on the dead homies. Chill out on the dead homies, yo. All right, he outside, though. Okay, so let's see. Anything else we need to see here? All right. That gotta be a filter. That gotta be a face filter. Yeah. There's a lot of. Now, what is this? Plain. You know, yeah, it's a lot. Oh, okay, let's see. Is it gonna fall off though? You know, these videos. Okay, I was about to say. Oh, it's gonna take off from a carrier. This is that a full size plane taking off from an aircraft carrier, bro? That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy if it's real. I said, you know, I can't really confirm it. Who's seen the Jake Paul fight? I didn't even know Jake Paul was fighting, yo. Like, damn, yo. I didn't even know Jake Paul was fighting. But let's see. Jake Paul bought a property south of Georgia for $39 million. What? You know, you can love Jake Paul or hate him, but one thing I love about him is he learned how to take his talent and capitalize. You know, I can't hate on that, man. You know, I can hate these corny ass boxing matches and all that, but as what he's doing as a person, you gotta love it, man. That's why I love to see it, yo. I love to see it. Okay. I love to see the hustlers outside hustling, yeah. All right. Cooking videos. All right. Everybody doing the cooking videos. The gimmick now is you got to dress like this in your cooking videos. That's the new gimmick, yo. You can't just cook shit no more. You got to show a little. You know what I'm saying? You got to show us a little something. You know what I'm talking about? All right, let's see. Anyway. All right, so here's how your Instagram is going to look. And as you can see, this whole video, okay, just in case Calvin is in the chat. Calvin? All right. But as you can see, like, no lag, no hiccups. Okay. Swipe up, All of my apps that I've been using still running. Close everything out. And bang, the phone is running nice and smooth. I mean, bro, this is $620. Let's go ahead and rank this. Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, I am giving the OPPO Reno 14 Pro a major go. And at $620, as Bob Barker would say, the price is right. If you want the big boy, now look, you see I got a Gmail notification, right? Watch this. I just opened it and closed it, and the Gmail notification is gone. For some reason, let's try that again with this one. Okay, no notifications, but hey, this is what I was getting ready to say. This is almost $1,000 for the X8 Ultra. Now, let me show y'all something real quick. I know I never got around to doing the full review on this because I've been kind of busy, but the X8 Ultra, you see, now this is what you're paying for, though. Even though this camera is super dope, this is what you're paying for. Look at the camera on this. This is my second favorite camera phone out. Look, bro, look at the camera on this phone. Now, a lot of people, now me, this is the type of shit I'll be doing. Look at the sizzling bacon, bro. Bro, this camera phone right here. You see the sizzling bacon? I'm so fat I had to catch multiple shots of the sizzling bacon. Yo, hold up. Let me see. Do I got anything else in here? Look at that. Look at the steak. Look at the juices. I mean, I'm into photography, so of course I need the flagship phone. Not to mention, I only live once, so I need to have the top of the top. But I can afford it. I'm in a situation right now that I'm working hard enough that I can afford the flagship phone. However, if you're not into heavy photography, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you got to, now keep in mind, my kids is grown. Like I can splurge money on shit like this now. 10 years ago when I had a daughter that's going to private school and all of that, I'm not wasting $1,000 every month on new phones and all of that. Maybe you got a brand new kid. Maybe you just moved into a new house. You're trying to get furniture and all that. You just got a new job. You didn't reach top pay yet. Maybe you're trying to save money to, do some other stuff. Phones like these, man. Phones like this, even last year's version, this was one of the most underrated phones of the year. And this purple color, I know people think it's a little bit zesty, a little sassy, but this purple color with the little butterfly effect on the back, I still love it. I don't care what nobody say. I love this one. Even this phone right now you could rock today and be comfortable. This phone is actually on Giztop for only like $30 cheaper. Like, this phone is not even outdated yet. This phone is like only $30 or $40 cheaper. For that, you might as well just spend the extra couple of bucks. Get the quad 50 megapixel cameras. No fingerprints on the back of this. Well, let's get a little wipe down anyway. I just busted shoes getting ready to sneak attack me onto the table. Look at that. Beautiful. Anyway, OPPO Reno 14 Pro, 13 Pro. I don't know why did I do it last year, my Phones of the Year awards. I'm gonna do it this year for sure. But this is a strong contender for mid-range phone of the year. Now we still got plenty of time, but this is a strong contender. Of course, for phones between $400 and $700, we still got the OPPO Find X8 Pro. The Pro, I think I paid less than $800 for that. The Pro OPPO Find X8, yeah, of course, that's obviously better. But yeah, this is, I would say for phones under $700. Okay, now between $700 and $800, it's a lot of competition. You got the Vivo X200 and the OPPO Find X8 Pro. In the $700 range, you got the Pixel. There's a lot of dope phones, but in the under $700, $400 to $600, let's say $400 to $650, this is a strong contender right here. Anyway, this is the OPPO Reno 14 Pro. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. And again, if y'all want to buy any of these phones, send me a message and I'll make it happen for you. Send me an email, actually. Shout out to everybody rocking with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Boxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know. Stream gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah. Special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat. Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. Hashtag salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces.
Enterprise, Spock here.
Spock won the beam up. Energize.
Hey guys, Jerry Springer here. Subscribe to Flossy Carter for the real reviews. He has a tech channel on YouTube, and he already has over 2 million subscribers, so give him a look. You may like it, and it could be very useful. Take care of yourself and each other.